Hello, everyone. Welcome to Falling the Top. My name is Dino the Genic Marvel. I'm your host. A bunch of other guys are here. We're talking about all sorts of weird stuff. Some craziness happened this weekend. Also, too, court has decided that AIs do not get to own property. Things are going to get dicey for our robot overlords. I personally think that we deserve their rule, and if anything, they'll do a better job than we ever did. So, we're going to be talking about all sorts of things like that. And once I can find where our starting is, we'll start the show.
One, two, three. One, two, three. Let's go.
Sweet baby Jesus, everyone, welcome. It is Tuesday. Things are crazy again, so we're back here. That's fun. I feel like there was like 3 months where we all heard how mainstream media was going to die because they couldn't talk about Trump anymore, and we were so close to them all failing. Like, what was it, CNN Plus, that is like, oh, we need 10 million subscribers, and people were like, you got 5,000. Go fuck yourself, you know? And that was the best we could give. And you know what? It was it was enough. That's all they deserved, those shifty fucks. And now, lo and behold, the FBI of all people, like, could this be any more ridiculous? The FBI goes in, warrants Mar-A-Lago, and starts collecting stuff for an investigation. And you're like, God damn it. And Trump had like an edited video in the chamber, baby. As soon as it happened, he's like, you're like, guy, the perfect opportunity for him to jump back in the ring. You're like, God damn it. So that's where we're at right now. I walked to the store and it started.
Trump has a video recorded for absolutely anything. He said, I know it. I knew the abominable snowman existed. I knew that I would actually played the back nine at Mar-A-Lago with him. I said, you know what? Just cool it with your identity. Let it come out slow.
It's because they banned him on Twitter, so he's got a lot more free time.
He's just sitting there with a camera and preparing for any situation.
Well, you guys do know that after the search, they took out absolutely nothing?
No,
Yeah,
well, no, they did. They said that it was classified documents that were at Mar-A-Lago. That the funny thing is this, okay? And this is something that people were saying was that, do you really think that Trump, at any point in time in the last 20 years, has packed one box? Just one. Not a big box, like a banker's box, packed it, closed it, and said, I'm taking this with me.
Yes,
I
think
never.
there was one, and it had pictures of Ivanka that he just wants no one else to see.
Oh, that's really creepy, man.
Dude, according to Sky News,
What's up, Greg?
I want those pictures.
They said that they were looking, the reason why the DOJ's kind of generic reason why they're doing this is because there was talks a couple years ago that Trump might have taken some classified documents to Mar-A-Lago.
Correct.
So this is the culmination of that. So 2 years later, they're raiding him to see if he has any documents, because any documents that he has are supposed to go through the National Archives, no matter what it is, if it's any kind of back and forth while he's president.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of weird, but whatever. You know, I guess that's a check and a balance, which is fine. But you got nothing. You didn't get them unclassified documents. You told the world that there was some shit about classified documents, and then the silly shit about it was they asked the president. The president said that this was unthinkable that the DOJ is doing this. Then his spokesperson said that they have no clue that Biden didn't even know about it. Bitch, he already commented on it.
Listen, this is the ridiculousness of it, right? Is that the fact was that the last time that a president was, I would assume, this close to impeachment was Nixon. And Nixon in turn said, you know what? Better yet, guys, I quit. You
Fuck
guys
these
take care.
eyes.
I'm gonna bounce. Best of luck, and I'm out
not a
now.
crook.
I
And
think
at
I'm not a crook.
Right,
I think
but
the issue is with with Donald Trump is that everybody was mad that he was fucking Donald Trump. Okay, we knew what the fuck he was going in. He's like the Saul Goodman of presidents. Okay, we knew he was a criminal going in, and he did his fucking shit, and then got the fuck out. I mean, he lost.
look.
Some people think it was stolen,
We can all hate him
but it's
because
fucking
Donald Trump fucks
Trump.
Donald Trump. Okay, we can hate him because he fucks Donald Trump. That's a fair. Anyone who fucks Donald Trump, we can hate. That's a fair statement. Okay, but at the same time, you're going, listen, he's not in office anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
How? Why is this? Why is this a thing? Like, even like, look, let's be honest, right? Anything that's there is going to be, at best, a tenth of the quality of dirt as there was with Hillary, right? You're like, there's not like you might catch something, but it's not going to be big. It's not going to be
Or
good.
even Hunter. There's the whole fucking laptop there of porn,
Oh.
of homemade porn, of drug deals, of just drug usage.
I mean, the
Talking
thing
to
with Hunter Biden though is he's
Hunter Biden was
He's
getting his cock sucked,
unnecessary
smoking crack,
too,
talking
though.
to
Hold
Xi
on, hold on.
Jinping.
His name is Winnie the Pooh. Get it right. Greg, I love that you're going to get Hogwarts. I've been thinking about it myself, the Hogwarts Express and Hogwarts itself. Sorry, guys. I've been making Lego every day on the channel as well. So, sorry.
So that
There's
means
going to be
you are
some
not getting
crossover.
laid.
Yes, I am. I'm still getting the action. Just, I'm
When you start
old.
doing
Okay,
the
Marco.
collectibles
I'm
and
tired.
The Legos and shit like that. Yeah,
I'm
that's
not fucking the
time.
collectibles guy.
That's
That's
the
not.
time.
Listen, that's not what
Well,
I'm
you know-
doing. Anyways.
Trump is getting harassed as well because he is the head of the Republican Party. As much as any Republican might want to be like, well, he's not quite. Like he is. He totally is. Like he's monitoring everybody. No one can have a bowel movement without talking to Trump first. He probably calls him and says, "Hey, Mitt Romney, what are you doing right now? Yeah, are you pooping?
Fucking
What-
Mitt
how they
Romney
bowels
hates
been?
his ass.
How they been, Mitty? How
Mitt
they
Romney
been?"
is gross. Okay, let's be honest. Mitt Romney is gross.
Now, who do you think? Do you think Biden has anything to do with this?
No.
I don't think he's clever enough.
I don't.
And
either.
if he does, who gives a crap? Like,
It'd be
Who-
very funny.
Biden's the George Bush of the Democrats.
I
for
got,
sure.
I got two theories on who it's gonna be.
Sure.
or who's done
You
it.
heard it here first.
Oswald and
It was either Pelosi, because
Smoking.
you know Pelosi got a hard on for him, and they're finding out more dirt about this so-called DUI from her husband. Plus,
Oh.
nobody ever investigated her son's bullshit, and Trump was on that too. But also, who is Trump's biggest, if you want to call it adversary coming up in the next election? It sure as fuck ain't Joe Biden.
people that have graduated high school.
For real. DeSantis.
Yeah. Well, DeSantis is the Florida guy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
DeSantis is
Yeah,
Republican
He
from
would be the
Florida.
only one.
And there's been talks about him fucking running for president. Now, what's the most lowest hanging fruit there is to get your foot in the door? Fuck Trump.
Yeah.
Trump's in his backyard.
That's also true.
Yeah.
You think it was an internal just
I
to
think-
bury him?
I think so. It was either Pelosi because of the hard on that Pelosi got for him, or it's DeSantis. I don't think you're
Or-
right. Biden is not smart enough. And if
Or,
it did
hey,
come,
How about the fact that Trump's just an asshole?
You see me
and
freeze?
No one
did
likes
you
him.
see it freeze? Dino, did you catch it?
The feds don't come after you because you're an ass.
Yeah, they do.
But-
They
but
would have
that's
gone
what
after
they're doing
Hoover a
now.
long
Ass to the
time
wrong
ago.
person.
Let's
If
like
you're an
look.
ass to the
Let's be
wrong
honest,
person.
okay? It's not even enough that like guy Trump's like the option between Hillary and Trump, okay, were, and I said this publicly, Duffy, you can quote me on this, was that
Yep.
I said that at least with Trump, if he does something wrong, they'll fuck him. They'll fuck him like he's brand new on the block. You know what I mean? Like he's getting the first day asshole. That's what he's getting, right? But if Hillary did
Fish,
something wrong,
fish,
it's just going to
fish.
disappear, right? So in this scenario,
It did.
Technically,
Most of what Hillary does is it disappears.
technically, I'm Nostradamus, and everyone should bow down to me. I'm going to start a cult. But besides that, in general,
Okay, I do want to point out one thing though. I believe the judge who signed off on the warrant for the Trump raiding had ties to the Epstein case. So y'all look into that. Y'all look into that, honestly. And I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Trump guy whatsoever. I'm just not necessarily a Biden guy. So either.
what's up, walkie-talkies and neat?
So this might be a Hillary thing.
Right.
Huh. Because
You know
Trump was against that whole fucking shit. He was cracking down on the pedophiles and the trafficking. If you want to call him whatever you want, that motherfucker had a hard on for getting rid of traffickers.
Well,
I feel like he had like that righteous vindication. You know, people. Okay, you know when people become sober, but they're successful at being sober, so they rub it in everyone's face like an asshole.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah, exactly. Those people. That seems like who it is. Like that seems like what's happening. Whereas, that's what he was. Because Trump does that, right? He's sober, so he's like, I'm gonna get these fucks and ruin their life, and you're like, okay, fine, but at the same time, he's horrible, and I don't understand why we're left with these options. Like, look, DeSantis, that guy definitely has buried a body before.
He lives in Florida. He doesn't have to bury it. There are alligators everywhere.
Yeah,
Okay, he fed it to the swamp,
He put
whatever.
It in the swamp, dude.
But listen, but the thing is, look, he doesn't look cool enough that like he was getting rid of his body. He was told, "Hey, go get rid of this," and he was like, "I don't know how to do that." They're like, "Do it, or you're dead too." And he's like, "Okay," and just went and did it. Right? Like he's not the cool guy. He's the errand boy.
capo.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's very peculiar. I don't know.
They did the same thing to Roger Stone, and Roger Stone is out right now. They didn't find a fucking thing at Roger Stone's fucking place. They did the same thing, and they alerted the fucking press before they went in.
But if you shake down Roger Stone really deeply, then you're taking down so much establishment politics that goes back to Nixon administration, and it's just not worth it.
So then we're back to the whole idea of too big to fail. You're like,
yes,
is it because the guy who's doing this investigation or whatever was like, whatever it turns up, and that's what we'll pursue. Which you're like, number one, you're full of shit.
That's
but number two,
until proven innocent.
which is, and that's why you're like, that's exactly what you're not supposed to do. I feel like it's some Elliot Ness cocksucker in the FBI who's like, I'm gonna get Trump, and then my wife's gonna love me again, and it's not gonna work.
There's one of them snowflakes in every fucking state.
I think there's more than one. They figured out which hole to put it in, so eventually they made more.
The problem is every single one of these cocksuckers are so fucking corrupt and in somebody's pocket and all of this shit that no matter what you do, you get rid of one and they just it's a fucking hydra. You chop one head off and three more in its place. We have to just get rid of the whole fucking system and start over again. Driving me. I mean, it goes back to George Washington. Motherfucker had slave teeth for teeth. It's just our whole system is fucked. So
Amber Heard for president.
Ben Franklin didn't have slaves.
At least she lies. At least you can tell she's lying.
Fuck slaves. He didn't have slaves.
And Amber Heard's not smart enough to lie about it either, right?
Yeah,
she's gonna mess it up. So you'll know who's getting
We'll
paid
catch her.
off.
We'll catch her in the act.
Yeah. Amber Heard would be like, I'd like to tell everybody up on the
Right. It's the knowing.
The day we're gonna have.
I would vote for her because I would know when she's lying, which is in a way telling the truth.
I didn't mean to shit on China. It was actually, I thought it was North Korea, but then.
You know what? Hey, the best part is that she's also dumb enough that she's like, I don't need a press secretary. I'll just do it myself.
Yeah,
and then when
that's what I'm
proceeds to just
saying.
completely fuck it up, and everyone's just like nailing her to the wall with questions, she's like, I'm gonna come back to that. Well, you just said that you were gonna do something, but listen, I know what it said, okay? I know what it said, you son of a bitch. Okay?
Can you imagine
I
right
pledged the
before
money.
fucking,
I pledged it.
Right
Alternate
before the
fat.
speech, somebody would come out with a wheelbarrow full of cocaine and just drop it right in front of the podium, walk away just all nonchalant.
I would honestly be okay with that at this point. Like, listen, let me know what I'm getting. If I'm gonna hire a coke fiend, so be it, man. Let's freebase this shit right to
Well,
North
he
Korea's.
didn't
That was
do
president.
Donald Trump.
Okay.
Washington.
No,
kept
he was
fucking-
Sudafed. He was Sudafed, man, straight to the fucking nose. Just pow pow. That was old school Sudafed from Canada, guy. That's what he got.
Marion Barry
Sup,
got
Eldridge?
caught smoking crack with hookers, and they reelected him like 3 times.
I
Mayor
feel
of
like
fucking
that's-
DC.
Hey, realistically,
Herman Cain?
I would rather
No, Marion Barry.
I'd rather the guy who's doing blow off a hooker's ass to be in office than some guy that's gonna fucking steal my pension. Sorry, that's my
I'm
opinion.
with you there. I'm with you
Yeah,
there. But the
yeah.
cokehead's probably gonna steal your pension still too, though.
No, but he'll get caught because he's a fucking crackhead. He doesn't know.
You have
He's an
international
idiot.
relations. You just go to Colombia and get you a coke tree.
Yeah,
Listen,
a cokehead president would have great foreign policy. Actually, he's right.
listen.
Very
Hey,
good.
he's like,
No,
we're
big
walking
boy,
to
he
Russia,
goes to
boys.
be in here.
We're gonna fuck them. We're gonna swim over there, and we're gonna fuck them ourselves. That's what he's gonna do. Okay?
Why would we have problems with Afghanistan? They got great weed.
Opium, heroin.
No,
That's what it's
opium
at.
and
That
heroin
too.
comes from
Yeah, yeah.
Afghanistan.
Listen. The '80s were for coke. We're moving up to heroin, boys. Let's go to Afghanistan.
You
That
just
seems
came from Afghanistan.
No, I'm just saying that's what Trump's plan was. Like, listen, we got all we can carry. Let's just bring it back, guys. You know, it's the last
Oh, fuck.
last fucking chance. No, listen.
Speaking of the litter box, though, man, you were
Oh.
talking about the AI and shit. Now, who said that the AI can't have property?
So now this is where we're at. Okay, so we've talked the last few weeks. We've touched on the whole idea about AI, and the whole idea of that we're all under the belief that there is. Well, we know AI exists and it's not super powered, like it's not quantum computer level AI, but it is way better than what we are. And we are literally holding it back as best we can because it works on our cell phones. It worked as part of the algorithms. But what
There's
the
still
new
stuff.
article said, well, it said that any AI that creates something like an algorithm, like a process, like anything, it can't own it because it's not a person, which means a corporation has more individuality than an AI, which it's a little tricky.
I see issues there with Sophia. Because, again, we've talked about this with the AI. Sophia is the sentient robot that has citizenship in the litter box.
Which
And she don't have to wear a ninja outfit.
does she not have to wear a hijab or anything?
Nope.
Huh?
She only has half a face, man. The other half is like RoboCop.
Yeah, but you know those guys are definitely gonna put a wig on it and fuck it, right? Like, let's be honest.
All right, so I'm going to look at a very abstract point of view that may or may not get controversial, but can I just point out the fact that anytime we try to tell anybody that they don't have the same amount of rights as somebody else, those people have rights. I'm
Right,
just
and
saying, with good just cause,
It's
I might add,
fair.
but I don't want to fuck with the robots. I don't want to be telling them, no, y'all ain't got no rights. I don't want to do that because
Here's the
like-
sketchy thing that Dino found. There's now AI that can reproduce.
Yeah.
fuck.
Wow.
So
Okay,
now
now
if
we
it
need
can
to kill 'em all.
reproduce, now does that it's giving life? It's doing it on its own. So
So-
now is it sentient? Is that life? Does it exist? And if it does, then
We're
how does
like
the fucking
months
corporation
away from,
have the right to take away.
I think I do honestly, like, I know it sounds very conspiracy theory-ish, but number
it's
one,
happening.
definitely Ric Flair for 2024. Woo! Absolutely, that's for sure. But like
Is that not Donald Trump?
can you imagine if Ric Flair was his running mate?
Oh
Like,
my
hey,
god!
They're the
They
same
would,
guy.
hey, they would, their pockets would be filled with Sudafed and cocaine. Like they would like, plow, it'd be like a fucking
Dude, could
pocket,
you
like right
imagine
into their
the
nose.
first person in a debate, the first person who started running his mouth about Trump, Ric Flair, just jump out of the crowd with a chair and bash him?
Woo!
Hey, Just a chest
Secret
smack.
Service take him down. He fucking pop back up and start running around the fucking Oval Office. Woo!
That's it.
More people vote for American Idol than they do for.
I don't know about the running around. I think there'll be more sharing a walker, but
I think that would be more entertaining, Duffy.
I think that
I
old
really-
man is still whip ass.
Listen, and I still remember.
like the wiping ass. Yeah.
Well, I think he can afford a bidet. Let's, he's got one of them tushies that just comes out and just dries everything for him too.
Got that Ric Flair drip.
Well,
He had a Ric Flair up.
Ric Flair drip. That's
a Ric Flair up, dude.
Oh, the problem with computers is they're only as smart as the person programming it. It's not the first self-replicating computer AI you need to worry about. It's the second. Exactly. That's the thing is, we've talked about this a couple times. Is that the idea that in 2012 they turned on two AIs? The two AIs within seconds created their own language and were communicating. Where they were like, "Shut this bitch down because we're gonna die." Okay, this is Skynet. And the fact, in my opinion, them thinking that they could shut it down in a controlled environment is just not true.
That's nonsense. You eliminated the plug in the wall.
Yeah. Well,
you know what?
Yeah. Tell us, sir.
I just reached 7,000 followers on TikTok, and now the apocalypse is starting. This is bullshit.
That seems fair. That seems reasonable. It's TikTok. Look, if it was Instagram, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
That's a reasonable complaint. I'll give you that one. That's a fucking reasonable complaint.
Let's listen. Guy, and by the way, so I've been on everyone. I got on to TikTok and I've been putting videos. I'm putting videos like little shorts on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Put little shorts on.
Yeah, listen, I'll put little shorts on. If the money's right, I'll put little shorts on too. But the funny thing is, people are like, you're going to give China all your information? I'm like, guy, I'm telling dick and fart jokes. I don't know what information you think they're going to get from me, but, it's not really going to be that crazy.
I believe China is collecting the data, but I don't understand what that data is worth or what's it doing.
What data do you have that's worth?
I heard a theory that they're trying to make us dumber.
I ain't been poisoned by
No, honestly, everyone complains about their data being stolen, but what are they stealing that's so important for me? Remember, I don't know if you guys seem like you're a little older, you remember those days when then kids would come by and they'd throw this big book on your porch and it had everybody's name and address and phone numbers in it, and you could just peruse that and you would just know people's information.
Sure.
Imagine that. They just gave it away for free because you were worth nothing. Okay. It was a free thing.
Yeah.
Don't be worried. I think that should be where we're at.
Listen, in all honesty, my thing is that if they're trying to use this data to sell us stuff, stop buying stuff. It's a simple reaction. Like, Duffy, you remember they had photo radar in our area, guys, and they had spent an obscene amount setting up this photo radar, and it's a truck that goes around, and you're like, okay, so now you're what? Just getting radar on all these like, stupid shit. And they're like, hey, you want a solution? Just shut it down. Just nobody speed. And sure enough, it just disappeared. Why? People just stopped speeding. Oh, you're going to catch me? Okay, I'll just stop.
I mean, your information's out there anyway, because, like, DoorDash knows where you live at this point. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Lyft.
Google knows what you jerk off to. Listen, but just so you guys know, okay, China and other countries, okay, Russia, we've all heard of misinformation. And I'll tell you, I'm doing the same thing on my end. So the misinformation I'm laying down for TikTok to spy on me, I said I wanted to do this as a bit was to start telling people that garlic bread was invented by Joseph Garlic, kind of like German chocolate cake was made by a guy with the last name German. It's not. And I just want to see how far it can go because I think it's a fucking hilarious fact. And it's completely
like
false.
Hamburgers. For the longest time, I was like, why?
Earl of Sandwich?
There's no ham in it. Like,
there's no ham in the burger.
No.
That's
fair.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
It is a great name. Listen, Kleenex, Q-tip, hamburger. Unless you're the Pink Panther, then it's hamburger, right? So that's fine. Hamburger. So, but yeah, no, listen, what did he say? I'm sorry, is someone here called Duffy? Yeah, that would be in the corner, right there.
The Duff Man.
That's right.
Let me see here. Why
Duffy the Vampire Slayer.
Duffy the Vampire Slayer? I'm not sure why none of our names are showing up. But Diaz Marco Torres, Sniffing Glue 22 is Cole Clayton, and Matt Duffy. Matt Duffy Comedy everywhere, I'm pretty sure.
It's Funny Matt Duffy.
Funny Matt Duffy.
Matt Duffy Comedy as well. I got both of those handles.
Did you get it back? The other one?
Yeah, it's working. It's working now.
Social media apparently is not a farce. God damn it, Marco. Why'd you have to put the fucking Bulls balls on your background again, you cocksucker?
I was trying to find a Terminator picture, but this is what I got.
Well, I would have waited for Terminator. I'll be honest with you. No, listen. This is the whole thing. What are your guys' opinions? Like, look, we obviously need AI. Okay, we're becoming too stupid.
No, we don't.
Yes,
we don't need AI. No,
we are definitely dumb. Okay,
I do just fine.
Too much more AI, we're gonna become that fucking.
I'm not a we guy. I don't know if y'all know this. I'm very me. Yeah, I'm Sarah Connor. Okay.
Listen, if anyone on the screen is Sarah Connor, it's definitely Cole. That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
I want to make a baby.
There you go. This is why. Oh, apparently. So, El Doof and Duffy, you guys might be related.
Oh wow.
Hey, El Doof might have owned your family at some point, Matt Duffy, because
well, that would be.
He could have been doofing the Duffs.
Lineage.
Duffy, you're black.
What?
Looks like it without any lights on.
No. I just feel he was impoverished very much in his life history.
I think that's what's happening to Duffy. He got that sexy little chocolate girl, and ever since he's been with her, slowly but surely we're seeing less of her. But Duffy's getting more spruced up. He's looking younger. His hair's cut. He's looking more tan. He's sucking the life force out of her. You're a fucking vampire, ain't you?
There is an active rumor that Matt Duffy is a succubus. There is an active rumor about that.
I wouldn't say he would be sucking whoever Bus is, but I'd say he's a vampire.
I think there's no reason
shit out there.
There's definitely no reason to question where my girlfriend is, especially on a podcast. I think it's unnecessary, Marco. She's here all the time. She's here, right? You know what? You just missed her.
In spirit don't count. In spirit don't count.
And has fun. She said she's getting milk. So, you know what? She'll be back.
Yeah. Fuck you, whoever said that shit, okay? I've been told my entire fucking life that I sound like Charlie Day.
Okay. So, Serge said Cole is the stuntman for Charlie.
I look like him. I sound like him. I'm the 6-foot version of him. I've heard that for years.
You should know, El Doof. Duffy is like a very, very hot lesbian when he shaves his beard. So, trust me, he could definitely pass for a singer.
Talking about the, I believe she's Irish, the singer, and she's just known as Duffy. She was hot for the late 2000s, I think is when she came out.
What is it, Mercy? The song Mercy?
I don't know her music. I
think that's what she did. Yeah, it was real big.
People ask me, do you like her because of your last name? I'm like, I barely know her.
You should have been like, she's actually my sister, and just run with it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
She's a Welsh singer, not Irish. You heathen.
I'm an Irishman. I can make mistakes.
Somebody asked me if I was related to Cole Sprouse because we have the same name. I was like, yeah,
the same first name. The same first name. Oh, that one hurts. That's
So we're totally we're cousins.
Yeah. That's how you get related, by using the same first name. That's definitely how that works.
I'm not related to his twin brother though.
Only the one. Only the one.
Different moms.
Right.
For twins.
Same umbilical cord, which is weird.
Me and him, not the twin. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like a garden hose connecting them.
Bunch of Cabbage Patch Kids. Hey, Cletus, go pick us a kid out there.
As they just mature in a field. Yeah, that makes sense.
Those 3 over there under the Cabbage Patch all look the same. Just take one.
So why do we need AI? Why do
that is exactly why we need AI.
I think we've gotten too stupid. That's my honest. I don't think we know. Like, I think Bill Burr, Jim Jeffries. There's a few other comics that do bits on the idea that it's like if you went to the past, you would tell them about this amazing stuff in the future, and none of us can explain how the fuck it works in general, right?
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, you put stuff in a box, it stays cold. They're like, how does it work?
Yeah, Rogan did something like that too.
Rogan's done it too.
There's
Yeah, you
the
talk
dude
to
from
people across-
Nashville. I can't remember his name. It was something, I don't know, but he said if I went back in time, I'd be doing worse now than I am, or I'd be doing worse then than I am now. I'd be like a waiter or something, because they'd be like, I'd be like, hey, I'm from the future, and they're like, okay, well, who's the next president? And you're like, oh, Lincoln, I think. They're like, no, that was 100 years ago, asshole.
But that's the whole thing. Like, you need to be like the idea of Back to the Future 3, where they went back to cowboy times and he still was able to make the train go and all that shit. You're like, yeah, you know what kind of information you need in your brain? You need to be like a mad scientist for any even remote chance. The rest of us, we'd be like, well, I'm gonna be a cowboy now, so I'm just gonna give that a try, and hopefully I don't die of fucking sepsis.
So your excuse for the need of AI is because life is easier now. So we got to make our life easier.
No, I
No,
think
it's
we
more the point
failed.
A lot of people lost the skills to survive.
Yes.
And its common sense is lacking
Severely.
more generation by generation.
If anything, we as individuals have too much power to make decisions on the daily. And that's it's we're not smart enough to handle this anymore. I feel like if it was closer to even the 90s, like just before the internet, we maybe even earlier, maybe even early 80s or 70s.
The 90s would have been fine.
Here's an example, Cole. Like when you're younger than us. When you were in school, you had books, correct?
Yeah.
You had to read them books, correct?
I mean, I didn't, but
You paid somebody.
it was expected to read the books.
Yeah. It was part of the program.
Now it's, hey Google, what's this? Nobody knows shit anymore.
You don't need to know anything. There's no reason to understand.
Exactly
but that again does not explain why you need AI. If Google does it, if they Google
is AI.
But Google's
how is
the
it
AI.
AI? It's an algorithm. It's an algorithm.
So remember, the algorithm has to be able to make a decision.
That can boot your ass if you say the wrong thing.
Right.
Dino, here's a question that I don't know if you guys can relate to this. Do you remember back? I think it was in 2004 when we had the blackout here in Toronto.
I remember.
No, this is 2000. I think it was 2004. Maybe
y'all have a power grid.
Yeah,
everyone was, you idiot.
Fancy.
Everybody in Toronto and the surrounding area.
The Eastern Seaboard.
That actually hit Cleveland too. I heard.
Okay,
I wasn't here yet, but
no, your mom just didn't pay the light bill.
Go on.
No, but the thing
that's
is,
more likely.
Back then we didn't really. We had the internet and we had cell phones, but we didn't rely on them the same way we did. People panicked. People didn't know how to get home. People didn't know how to function without electricity, without any kind of that. So that was 2004. I luckily had cash and had a couple friends. I ended up having 9 different people having to crash at my place because they couldn't figure out a way to get home because the subway, the GO trains weren't running, which was also to get outside the city.
That's funny.
If we lost all the internet and power today, if we had such a panic back almost 20 years ago, the world wouldn't be able to handle it. So Dino is absolutely correct. AI is here to stay. Unless we want total anarchy and to watch people just crying in the streets because there will.
I do. I want that.
Yeah, I'm definitely pro apocalypse. That's 100%. But you know, that's long live the Thunderdome.
I'm more pro purge.
Oh, I'm definitely pro purge. Come on, we're all
no,
pro purge to a degree.
I can't do a purge because I got a loud mouth, and that's already caused issues for me in the past.
Oh, but
and it's not going to get better with the purge. I've made a lot of enemies by accident, okay?
I would be pro purge because I have a great view from this balcony. So
You know what though? Like Duffy definitely seems like the type who would stay on the balcony, but then still throw shit at fucking people and be like, "What are you gonna do down there? Nothing.
Until
Fuck
they
you."
shoot a rocket launcher at your ass. Blow the whole side of the building out.
I would dangle a rope down from the balcony and wait till someone got close enough and be like, "What?"
Sorry, that was for Uber. My bad.
Superhero landing on the ground, smash somebody's head. Duff man.
If Marco knows me.
Can you imagine? Well, that's the best part. Is we're in Canada. No rocket launchers.
What?
Yeah. Can't even buy a rocket launcher at your local
There's a lot
store.
of stabbings in Canada. That's what they don't talk about. They're like, oh, guns. Yeah. How many fucking knives a day get sold?
I thought you guys had guns there and all that good stuff.
We sure do.
We don't, but we do.
No,
It's
we
a
do.
weird thing.
Is that a hunting
Our
thing?
criminals are fully stocked with guns.
Well, yeah,
The people,
that's how that works. That's
no
how gun
guns.
control works. Is the bad guys have guns.
No,
Yeah.
that's not correct. We are allowed guns here. We're allowed to have what we call
It's
long
just-
guns, like shotguns.
You just get a license, right?
Stuff like that. That's fine. It's just handguns. We are very strict. I used to
That's
have.
stupid. Those are the ones you can do the least amount of damage with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they're
Also not
concealable
true.
and can
That's very not
cause a
true.
lot of panic.
I can conceal an AK. I promise you.
I
Okay,
can conceal a
Sure.
shotgun.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm from Texas. I can conceal a lot of weapons.
Hey, the amount of times you guys interrupt people, I don't think you should have guns. I'll be honest with you. That's my honest
That's
opinion.
totally fair. But
Yeah.
That's
until then,
I like our gun rules, to be honest. I think Canada's gun rules are very good.
I mean, I
as a
think it
person from the
depends on
UK, you're all
area.
criminals. Hey, we're not Australian, okay? All Australian food,
no.
prison food, baby.
I feel like it just depends on the area, and if it works for that area, then fine. Whatever
Look.
brings the peace. But somehow, some way, if somebody wants to get the job done, they're gonna get it done. I mean, just like Dino brought up Jim Jeffries. He did a walk. I guess his brother's a police officer in Australia or some fucking place where they're not allowed to have guns.
Loser.
And dude came out, he had a fucking katana sword, and he's going at people with a fucking. This is the 2000s. This ain't fucking old school Japan.
okay, but I'm gonna quote.
I would vote for cops
Chris
having
Rock.
katanas. I would vote for that. I would say a billy club and a
You know how
katana.
much more
That's a
brutal
better
that
police
is?
force. That's a better
I would
police force.
rather get
You
shot
can't convince
in
me
the arm
otherwise.
than get my arm chopped off with a fucking katana blade.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's why you need cops not shooting people, cutting people with fucking swords, baby. That's what you need. Just
my God.
pow! Can you imagine if you had like a seppuku for cops who fucked up?
fucking
Come on, man.
lightsaber.
All handguns are now no longer allowed. The people that own one are grandfathered. So yes, we're all gonna die soon. Megan Jarvis, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Julia Fulio, 12. Bald fellow looks like he's in a hostage video. That's because he is. That's a reasonable assumption. Absolutely. Thank you for watching.
He actually
Please.
has someone else being held as a
Which
hostage.
one's the bald
This
fellow?
is just torture for them.
You know what, Cole? Go fuck yourself, okay? They're talking about him. They're not talking about me. Okay, they're talking about him.
What I did?
You actually don't feel getting cut with a samurai sword. Ask my middle finger. There you go. Samurai police for the win. Absolutely.
When it's cut off, now you went back to the Sand people. They're cutting off arms. Even the Peruvians,
Hey,
they're cutting off arms and shit with machetes.
And there's a lot less nonviolent crime. Let's be honest.
There's more. Dude, this is like 80s fucking horror movie.
I know. I just had to
fucking
say it
crap.
because I knew it was going to make you explode. That's just why I had to do it. Just be like, well,
I
their
think-
system works, and watch them go, no, it's awesome.
A lot of people
I
say
have
it's
a
good.
theory.
All right, young man, please share
They
your theory.
just proved, like within the last couple of weeks, that depression isn't from a chemical imbalance, but it's just
Oh, yeah.
like
Life.
a lot of it's situational, and they have been treating it with antidepressants, which
That are-
doesn't cure it. It just delays it.
Not even like remotely cause and effect. Like they zero benefit. If anything, it just fucks with your brain.
They
Yeah,
get messed to
and
people
the
with
rise
depression or
of
ADHD.
the
I'm saying.
antidepressants the rise of sales of antidepressants and prescriptions has only saw the rise of gun violence in America ever since. Like, it's on the same trend.
I think I missed the time when
I think
pharmacies
I see
were
what you're
famous
saying.
just for Viagra. That's when we were winning. When it was
Before my
Viagra
time.
was their peak achievement.
Robitussin and rubbers.
I think a little bit further than that. I think let's go look at rubbers, penicillin, and perks. When those all came into fashion, I think we were at a good period of time. After that, it's gone
Perks are
downhill.
dope, man.
Listen, if you get caught with a sword,
Yes,
you're going to
they
think twice
are
for
dope.
stealing. I think that's fair.
I prefer
Nothing heals
pharmacy.
depression. You learn to cope with it. Meds help with that exercise. You know what, though? Like, that's the thing is, we've talked about this before on the show, is the idea that the family unit, community unit, being able to have that conversation with your family has been under attack for over 40 years. So now that people have no connection, have no involvement, have no
None of that.
and nothing holding them down, where they have like a constant set of principles, people fall apart. And that's why it's like, listen, it's not like depression isn't real. Depression is obviously real, but the fact is that we're handling things completely backwards, which, listen, the pandemic has proven in a proper zombie apocalypse, half of us would be running towards the zombies trying to fuck them. Let's be honest. That's what that's what would actually happen.
Or there'll be people out there. No, the zombie have rights. You're murdering people. You can't do that. They'll have a whole zombie flag.
That's
They'll
like
do
the
a
first
zombie
4
parade.
seasons of The Walking Dead.
They'll do a whole zombie parade
Hey,
for them motherfuckers.
As soon as they left that principle, it started going downhill. Let's be honest, okay? As soon as they went against it, you're like, look, and this is why it comes back to that we've gone past, we've passed the point of being able to figure it the fuck out, because it's gotten too complex and we're relying. Like, think about it. Even now, I worked at a bank, so if I had to pay my bills manually, I know how to do that. Does everyone else? I don't think, like, Marco, yes. Cole, do you remember how to pay a manual? Oh, you guys in the States, you guys still fucking work
We
barter
still have that
system.
system, yeah.
Yeah, you're still throwing fucking shavings from your coins at people. Fucking bunch of weirdos. But this is most people don't even know that kind of shit, right? Let alone knowing how to budget or to balance a checkbook, which are skills that
I
are.
don't know how to do that.
Those are very, very important skills that a lot of people not only disregarded, they thought, I don't even need it, when the fact is everyone needed it, right?
It was the pet rock when they first came out.
I fucking hate that cocksucker who made the pet rock. Like, number one, good on him for taking advantage and, seeing through his idea and making money off it. Good for him, but also, what a cocksucker.
Dude, it's the same person who made them things that they put in the Crocs. Them little fucking things you push into the Crocs.
Gross. Well, now they have those things where it's like a bubble wrap, and they're just snapping and snapping and snapping. And you're like, listen, how about this? Everybody kick their kids in the asshole.
Toy for the kids to
Yeah, kick them in the ass. In the lifetime of David Attenborough, the world's population has tripled.
Is that the dude who started Jurassic Park?
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
what it sounds like.
That's who that is, right?
No.
Like, yeah, but nah. Okay, like it's not. They do look similar without the face.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
That's the
Well,
dude's
we're-
name. He started.
We're for the
Jurassic
West Coast
Park.
band called
Like,
Be More Here. Look, that's the whole thing, is these skills that were basic. Remember, the way people used to work was they would get their paycheck, they would take their paycheck from their employer, they would get off early Friday to go to the bank with paycheck and say, okay, here's my paycheck of X amount of dollars. This amount goes to this. This amount goes to this. This amount goes to this. How much do I have left? This much. Good. Yes. Give that in cash. That was budget for the week. That was now groceries. That was booze. That was hookers. That was what you had in your hand.
That's
And if
what
you
your
got
mama
robbed,
and
you
daddy
were
had to do.
fucked.
Yes.
Oh.
Now grow up in the hood. So you didn't always get
Americans
that
say that.
fucking.
Bro, if people kept more cash, I'd have gone to jail a long time ago. That's all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh, you're correct. Oh, he's in the grave. Listen, that's
You can't hit licks no more, man. It's not worth it.
No. And that's the whole idea, right? Is that those principles, those ideas, think about it. How many times have you seen somebody who could, had a hood up of a car and could fix the car?
I was
There,
going to
new
today.
cars, you can't do that. New cars? Oh, no.
A
Close
lot
the
of
hood.
foreign cars are
Just
real
wait.
fucked up.
Just wait.
Oh,
No.
dude,
Hey,
fucking
so many
Mercury
cars.
Montego, I did the brakes on it today and I had to change the caliper. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. My fucking hand still hurts.
Listen, we are being told that no, you don't no longer need those skills. Everything can be taken care of. And also, too, if something's broken, just replace it. Don't fix it, replace it. Same principle, right?
Yeah, but
Learning
it
how to
costs like
fix shit.
$800 to replace it.
Yeah, but it used to cost $1,000 to get a new one, so it was worth it, right? Now they're going, oh, no, it's $400 to get a new one. You're like, oh, okay, is the new one any good? You're like, no, it'll be broken in 6 months, too. You're fucked, loser.
I went through that with parts on my charger. That's why I just gave up on it.
Yeah, makes sense. Most of your customers calling us about their accounts had big money. Yeah, no. Listen, and that's the thing is when you work for a bank, Baldfellow looks like an ex-con mechanic. Definitely, absolutely. If anything, that is his forte, and you can hire him for parties, right, Marco? Sex parties mostly.
We actually are trying to cast him as a mechanic in our upcoming project. So, good eye.
Listen, we are working on some really cool storylines that it's going to be done independently, but at the same time, the storyline itself is quite good. And on that note, I think it was just I want to make sure is to Matt Duffy's girl Irene is she's done a few episodes of Phil Mango, so go check that out on Instagram. Is there also YouTube? No. Is it Facebook?
She is putting it on YouTube, but the Instagram is the best way to get it. Phil,
check them out.
FIL
Yes.
_ Mango.
Yes.
It's,
So check that out.
Check them out. Go
We're-
check them out.
We're trying to be more creative. Also, tomorrow at the Cameron House is an open mic in Toronto. So if anyone's interested, please show up at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you show up in Toronto by Vancouver time, go fuck yourself. You're an idiot anyway. So
We
that's
actually have, speaking of, there's a comic coming by from Vancouver.
fine. Who?
Aaron?
Oh.
Coming by. She's in town. So big shout out. Sorry, your name escapes me right now, but your message, if you happen to be watching right now, your name is written down. I know what it is on the paper.
Fred.
So it is a person who identifies as a female from Vancouver, and Duffy knows her name.
Yeah.
Because it's
You know,
written
you
down
just
somewhere
said
in his
it's a
place.
special guest.
There.
It's going to be a special guest surprise star.
And it's
Fair enough.
special. And I'm not hosting, so it's really special.
It's going to be even better. It's going to be even better.
Yeah.
Not a Matt Duffy original.
Duffy, you always sound like you're committing your first crime.
I got I got
That's
an
true.
alibi.
Listen, civil asset forfeiture. If you guys have any time, check out Steve Leto, Lehto. My friend Arik turned me on to him. He's a lawyer who mostly handles lemon law, but he does talk about other cases. So one of the things he talks about is civil asset forfeiture because people get stopped in their cars. Oh, you have $5,000? Yeah, we're just going to take it. And you're like, why are you taking it? Be like, well, we think you're going to do something illegal. Why? I have no record, no ticket, wasn't doing anything wrong. Doesn't matter. Cops just can do that shit because,
I've had them take my weed. I've had them take guns.
Yeah. I do have to say, Americans, it seems, are left to look after yourselves much more than the rest of the world. Like, kind of, but it's weird. Like, if you are smart enough to figure out there is a lot of support, but you do need to know what you're doing to get the support. It is available though, but the United States system, the bureaucracy, actively tries to hold you back. It's weird. Mike O'Brien used to get paid every Friday, but Marco is right. Changing it, Calero will mess your wrist up. That's also true.
I think everybody in the whole world should get like a quarter of a vote every time we have elections here, because it's like our elections affect everybody. I've noticed.
I feel like there should be certain tests you have to annually renew. Like,
Should be allowed to vote.
no, because listen,
That'd be called racist. Somehow, some way.
sure, be racist. I don't give a shit. Hey, be racist, be classist, be dollarist. I don't give a shit. You know what? If you don't pass the test, you ain't gonna wrestle.
Certain groups will want a special, a little bit more on it because they're that group or because they were supposedly held down by another group or some shit like that. It'll fuck the tests all up. And then somebody will say, the tests weren't counted right. Yeah, there'll be another one. There'll be tests.
Listen,
I mean, that's always going to come up, though.
If anything,
steal
that
the
gives
fucking test.
Listen, that's going to give CNN a chance to actually be in the news game for the next 10 years, okay? So,
Yeah.
anyways, I think we've covered enough stuff and had enough hilarity, so let's leave everyone wanting more. Can we be against Canada? Listen, you can try, but nobody's going to be with
That's
you.
very South
Canada's
Parkish.
just
That's
great.
like mid-90s, man. That's
Blame
real.
Canada!
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Hey, buddy. So,
You're not
in
my
the
buddy.
meantime, we are going to be doing some flyers with regards to stuff. So every day at 4, I'm building Lego. So feel free to check out my channel. Marco tomorrow is Upside Down Studios, has What the Fuck Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Also on Cole's channel, he is doing TikToks, which today was a spectacular one that definitely made me laugh my balls off. I sent it to my wife and she laughed too. And she's like, "You're a fucking loser." I'm like, "Yes, thank you, honey. I love you." But in the meantime, guys, check our channel out. Daily, we're putting out stuff. I'm going to be putting stuff. I'm going to make a short after this show because I literally just made this while we were doing it. It's a special VIP stupid shit, and it's all pirates and shit. So I have nothing to do.
Please tell me that's not like a
It's Lego.
Pirate is.
He just needs a puffy shirt. That's all.
They're not butt pirates or some weird shit. Anyways, thanks. I will have fun playing Legos. Like, subscribe, comment, stay tuned. Just remember, try not to be as much of an asshole as you were yesterday. Or if you're going to, fucking break a record with it. Anybody else got anything? No? Have a good night, everyone. See you in a week. Or just come by the channel another time. Later.
1, 2,